Good morning. Welcome or welcome back to Bookeemonsters. My name is PK. It is Wednesday, September the 13th. We are here to look at new releases each and every day, Monday through Friday. And usually on Wednesdays, we look at fantasy, sci-fi, and then some more cozy mysteries because there's a lot of them each week. As time allows, we are here for 25 minutes. And then I need to pack up and head to work. So let's get started. The time goes by very quickly. Let me turn that off. And we are first going to start with bookriot.com. This is a site that isn't necessarily comprehensive, but it does let us filter out to the genre that we're looking at. It's a place to start. I hope you're having a good morning. Hope you're having your coffee. If you're watching it later, okay for a coffee break then too. This first one is a middle grade, B. Bakshi and the Gingerbread Sisters. It's a cute cover. Inspired by Hansel and Gretel, this spooky ghost story and touching debut investigates the gingerbread houses that we trap ourselves in when we don't learn to love ourselves as we are. Bee wanted to spend the summer reading Betsy Chiller's books and exploring the new spooky theme park with her best friend. Instead, she's spending the summer trapped at Storm Lake with her too loud, too thrifty, and too Indian family. Luckily, Bee finds a place to escape her embarrassment, a magical house across the lake that transforms her into the cool girl she always wanted to be. Maybe cottage life isn't so bad after all, but strange dreams are haunting Bee, and there's a chill in her bones she just can't shake. Bee follows her hunch and the scent of gingerbread to Lucas, the dorky boy next door. He thinks there are ghosts in the forest, but new friend Alina tells her what Bee has feared all along. There's a witch at Storm Lake, and she's coming for Bee. God Killer. That is a very cool cover by Hannah Kaner. Enter a land of gods and monsters, soldiers and mercenaries, secrets and wishes. Gods are forbidden in the kingdom of Midran. Formed by human desires and fed by their worship, there are countless gods in the world, but after a great war, the new king outlawed them and now pays god killers to destroy any who try to rise from the shadows. As a child, Kissin saw her family murdered by a fire god. Now she makes a living killing them and enjoys it. But all this changes when Kissin is tasked with helping a young noble girl with a god problem. The child's soul is bonded to a tiny god of white lies, and Kissin can't kill it without ending the girl's life too. Joined by a disillusioned knight on a secret quest, the unlikely group must travel to the ruined city of Blenradin, where the last of the wild gods reside, to each beg a favor. Pursued by assassins and demons, and in the midst of burgeoning civil war, they will all face a reckoning. Something is rotting at the heart of the world, and they are the only ones who can stop it. The only quibble I have with that is that the term of God is not appropriate there. I think they mean something else. Good morning, Mary. Happy Wednesday. Sorry about missing. That's okay. Oh my goodness, take care of yourself. No. We were just hanging out reading books, so you are fine. I hope you're feeling better. Take care of yourself. Mammoth at the Gates with no description. Maybe we can find something else. The Death I Gave Him by M.X. Liu. This is a science fiction one. A lyrical queer sci-fi retelling of Shakespeare's Hamlet as a locked room thriller. Hayden Litchfield's life is ripped apart when he finds his father murdered in their lab and the camera logs erased. The killer can only have been after one thing, the Sisyphus formula the two of them developed together, which might one day reverse death itself. Hoping to lure the killer into the open, Hayden steals the research. In the process, he uncovers a recording his father made in the days before his death and a dying wish: avenge me. With the lab on lockdown, Hayden is trapped with 4 other people: his uncle Charles, lab technician Gabrielle Rasmussen, research intern Felicia Zia, and the head of their security, Felicia's father, Paul, one of whom must be the killer. His only sure ally is the lab's resident artificial intelligence, Horatio, who has been his dear friend and companion since its creation. With his world collapsing, Hayden must navigate the building's secrets, uncover his father's lies, and push the boundaries of sanity in pursuit of revenge. Connection to Hamlet is tenuous at best. The Free People's Village by Sim Kern. In an alternate 2020 timeline, Al Gore won the 20. Okay, we're just not even going to deal with that one. Sorry for my channel. The Meadows, Stephanie Oakes, science fiction young adult. Another good one. Everyone hopes for a letter to attend the estuary, the glades, and the meadows. These are the special places where only the best and brightest go to burn even brighter. When Eleanor is accepted at the meadows, it means escape from her hardscrabble life by the sea in a country ravaged by climate disaster. But despite its luminous facilities, endless fields, and pretty things, the meadows keeps dark secrets. Its purpose is to reform students, to condition them against their attractions, to show them that one way of life is the only way to survive, and maybe Eleanor would believe them, except she meets Rose. That's a pretty colors on there. Yeah, and the father's dead. The Witch of Wild Things. I think we looked at this one on, yes, we did, on Monday. All right, so let's go to this one is newinbooks.com. They have some other offerings. Fractured Soul by J.M.D. Reed, first in series. Looks like it's middle gradish. His soul fractured by too many lives, an assassin seeks to find himself. In the city of Cash, the shape-changing assassin is free of his masters. No one has stumbled back to his old life. He has become who he once was, Karsten, a broken man loved by a laundress, no longer a slave to those who made him into a monster. Able to take on the form of anyone he has slain, the souls of those he killed lurk inside him. Ugh. They all want their lives back and fight to seize it. Well, no kidding. Carson is beset from within and without. Another assassin hunts him, and a crime syndicate plots to use his abilities for their own nefarious goals. How can he start over when he is at war with his past? Will he lose himself and his chance for a second start? Garnet, formerly of the Cracked Gems, drowns in guilt. She has returned to Cash to make amends for her role in a terrible crime. She will stand against those who seek to profit in the chaos. She will oppose those who wish no one to kill once more. It has some good elements, but it sounds kind of icky. I don't know. Kind of have to be in the mood, maybe. Immortal Templar by D. Wolfen. Book 1, Purgatory. Once dedicated to God and the sword, culling dark creatures and corrupted humans that threaten society, Thomas is an ancient soul that has forced his way back into the realm of the living from the afterlife. With his faith lost, without any purpose behind his new life, he is a free spirit that pursues anything he develops an interest in. Senna is a natural fae, captured for her magical properties and tormented until her innocent nature is stripped from her, replaced by an unquenchable anger towards everyone and everything. With her innocence gone and straying from the correct path, her connection with nature is severed and she is forced to consume blood in order to survive. Despite the differences in the two, Thomas saves Senna from her prison and takes her under his protection, even if she's determined to turn into the very thing he once hunted to protect humanity. Thomas now runs a supernatural private investigator office with the help of Senna, selling charms and trinkets on the side, but the world seems to be getting increasingly dangerous with the rise of monster attacks and foreign realms encroaching on Earth. I don't know. I am old school fantasy sci-fi. Some of this stuff is just so ugly. Again, there's a book for everybody. Let's see if we get some more information on this one. We do. Mammoths at the Gates by Nebo. maybe book 4. It's only 123 pages, so it is a novella, but it is also the wandering cleric Chi returns home to the Singing Hills Abbey for the first time in almost 3 years to be met with both joy and sorrow. Their mentor, Cleric Theon, has died and rests among the archivists and storytellers of the storied abbey, but not everyone is prepared to leave them to their rest, because Cleric Theon was once the patriarch of Coclan of Northern Belpass, and now their granddaughters have arrived on the backs of royal mammoths, demanding their grandfather's body for burial. Chi must somehow balance honoring their mentor's chosen life while keeping the sisters from the north from storming the gates and destroying the history the clerics have worked so hard to preserve. Some interesting cover. Now, City of Bones, I don't think this one is this week, or it's a re-release. Let's double check. Yeah, this was last week. Woo! Sorry, you probably got kind of dizzy there. Sorry about that. I don't know what that word is trying to say there. Gundog. Okay. By Gary Whitta. Oh, it's a mech. Okay. In the near future, Earth has been conquered by a race of brutal alien machines known as the mech, and an entire generation has grown up under their oppressive rule. When Dakota Bregman, a rebellious young woman imprisoned in a mech labor camp, stumbles across a mysterious map that may hold the secret to humanity's liberation, she escapes and embarks on a dangerous odyssey across an alien-occupied America that leads her to an amazing discovery, a long-lost prototype war machine known as a Gundog. Created by the last defenders of Earth, it has lain dormant for decades, hidden away, waiting for someone to wake it up. Now Dakota must confront a legacy she never knew she had and embrace the warrior she was meant to be, facing down impossible odds and an overwhelmingly superior enemy in the hope of sparking a new flame of human resistance. Warp State. We'll zip through these and then we'll get to the Cozy Mysteries. By Joe Miles, first in series. Cover looks promising. One wants to fix the broken corporate system, the other wants to tear it all down. Jasper Wilder has a secret gift, the ability to see the relationships between people like physical bonds. Well, that must get sticky. Though his gift has served him well as an activist, blah, it's an unwelcome vestige of the corporate occupation of his home planet. When he learns that Ravel Corporation has revived the same deadly research project that brought tragedy to his generation, Jasper vows to stop it no matter the cost. Arriving on Ravel's research planet, he's immediately drawn to sowing of small havoc, a brilliant local activist who should be an ally except for his frustrating loyalty to his corporate employer. Havoc, determined to fix Ravel from the inside, knows Jasper's expertise could be a game changer if only he could trust Jasper's intentions. If Jasper sticks to his plan, Havoc will surely take the blame, but if he doesn't, Havoc's entire planet will suffer. And meanwhile, Ravel Security is out to destroy them both. To stop the project, Jasper may have to sacrifice the person he's coming to care about, unless they can find a way to team up. I'm not being inspired by anything today, which is kind of frustrating. Catherine of Sorrow. I don't know if she has any new ones. This might be a re-release? Let's double check. Yeah, that came out at least in August, so. All right. I think we shall seek no further in sci-fi fantasy. Yeah, that had, yeah, very techy. All right, so I wasn't very impressed. Nothing. I'm not being tempted today. While we jump back over to the cozies. I'm gonna do a quick jump over to my Goodreads just to show you what I'm currently reading. Update. I'm reading Caught in Time by Julie McElwain. It's third in a series. I've always found the cover to be very beautiful. This one is a historical in that it is set in 1815, but the main character, Kendra Donovan, is from our time and somehow found herself back in that time. She used to work at the FBI and she brings her knowledge to solve some crimes back in that time and tries not to spoil too many of the things that are in the future for the people she's coming to care about. I'm also reading The Psychology of Time Travel. The similarity in theme is entirely coincidental, but I liked the cover. And this one is set in two timelines. One is in 1967 when 4 female scientists build the first time machine. And then in 50 years later, it's the granddaughter, and there is a mystery involved there as well. And I'm still in the middle of Murder at Royal Botanic Gardens. This is 5th in series, also set in the early 1800s. This one has a more early industrial revolution vibe to it rather than Jane Austen. And I also like that series. Okay, where were we? We were here. And I'm just going to close some tabs. It is interesting, and all the covers are just beautiful. Definitely read in order. Okay, let's make this a little more upbeat and look at some cozy mysteries. We ended on Gooseberry Bay yesterday. The Ink That Bleeds by Piper J. Drake. First in series, but it is under 200 pages, so novella length. The Mystic Bookstore is keeping a secret. In fact, the whole town is. Amahan Chanthara is ready for a new beginning when she arrives in the little harbor town of Wolf Sound, Washington, nestled in the San Juan Islands. Settling in as the new owner of the town bookstore is easy. Figuring out who killed the bookstore's previous owner is not. The town sheriff has asked the sexy, ill-tempered werewolf, Lucian Allard, why are they all named Lucian, to help investigate, and Amy is torn between, maybe it's Amy, between heady attraction and irritation as the bookstore continues to be the center of the murder investigation. Well, that's where it happened, apparently. Is the killer human or supernatural? Why was the previous bookstore owner murdered? Is Amy next? Every new friend could be the murderer. Even the one theoretical witness can't tell anyone what happened. Will Amy survive long enough to learn what it means to be chosen by the mystical bookstore as its new scribe? Again, a very spooky season vibe to it. Speaking of which, I hadn't been wanting to do necessarily a readathon or themed read in October, but I think I changed my mind. I don't read scary books, horror books, anything like that. But I am interested in reading some Gothic books. This is my blog that I do Monday through Friday, mostly to make sure that my mom checks it out every day so she knows I'm okay. But I was going to be doing Bookeemonsters Gothictober readathon, and I was wanting to read some of these. This is my possibilities. I've always wanted to read The Woman in White by Wilkie Collins. There's also Susan Hill's The Woman in Black, which is very gothic-y. Diane Sutterfield, I read her first book, 13th Tale, but I never read Once Upon a River. I want to reread Something Wicked This Way Comes. I read it as a kid, of course. So I want to read that. And then I want to read Agatha Christie's Halloween Party, which was made into a movie called A Haunting in Venice. So these are some options I'm thinking of doing for October. So just wanted to do a quick little share of that. Let's get back to, always adding to my TBR. Ah, Regency England. Me too. I like it. I like it a lot. My very favorite tip of the top for that genre, Regency historical mystery, is by C.S. Harris. I love those books. Mary, my workman is here to start on the door. So much. All right. Thank you so much for stopping by, Mary. You have a good morning. I'll see you in about a couple hours. All right, then. Let's go back here. All is Now Lost by Laura Elizabeth. Book 1 of the Island Mysteries series finds Car Jepson arriving alone on Mongan Island, ready to start the next chapter of her life. Accessible by boat, Mongan Island has very few cars, no busy roads, no crowds, no traffic lights, no bridge, but boasts gloriously oak-lined roads, beaches of powdery white sand, marshes with tall beach grasses, and an empty storefront that speaks to an unanswered dream in Car's heart, creating a gathering spot that happens to sell books. Recognizing that the Books and Brews bare walls could use some island life, Carr decides to photograph the glorious island scenery. Promising a truly unique sunrise photo, Carr's friend Barb takes her to Governor's Point, an abandoned property that was supposed to be an exclusive waterfront neighborhood. The now neglected property uh, is overgrown and is Barb's secret hideaway for enjoying some of the island's most spectacular water views. But what the two women find in the water that morning sets off a mystery that crisscrosses the island and surfaces the many reasons, some of them deeply rooted in the island's once turbulent history, that families have come to love this spot in the Atlantic for many generations. That sounds kind of interesting. And only 202 pages, so if you're looking for a novella type of story, well, there you go. All righty. Well, we are out of time again. Thank you very much again for coming here. And I hope your Wednesday is more positives than negatives. Definitely choose so. And I just realized I forgot to put my light up, so we're probably very dark. Ugh, some mornings. No sprints tonight. Sprints are on Sarah's channel, The Bookish Knitter, if you want to. She starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. It goes for a couple hours. Otherwise, I'm doing sprints again tomorrow night at 6:05 Mountain Time, 8:05 Eastern. And tomorrow morning, we'll be back looking at more new releases. We'll be looking at some straight fiction, some more cozies, and whatever else strikes our fancy. So please hit the like button, hit subscribe, tell your friends. The more the merrier. It helps us out. Lets YouTube know that people are interested in this kind of content. And thank you so much. And hope your cups of coffee are full and flavorful. God bless.